And I think a human heart, either that or a skinless head. Whoa. Now that looks alien. Oh dear. This is a reference to Herbert West Reanimator. He's a man who experimented with, well, reanimating. Except a little bit different this time. I guess it's a mix between Whisper in the Darkness and Herbert West. Because, as you can see, these organs are moving in these little jars, and they're hooked up to basically him. He's being kept alive, but all of his organs are outside of his body. How do you like that? You can see a heart. Pretty sure that... no, that's the stomach. Those are the lungs, keeping nice and fresh. That's the heart there. And of course, this is the poor guy. Hey, buddy. I can see your innards. You must feel awful. I'm sure he's under anesthetic. Or something. I'd hope. Intestinal tracts. And the brain. Central nervous organ. It's kind of sounds like jelly. It's kind of just flopping around in there. Yes. To kind of explain the mystery, this is an alien power source, sort of like a battery. And they're used to power the machines. So I come here and press this button.
Oh, shit.
And I guess I just overloaded his circuits, because now he's dead.
The crystal's still warm.
And now that the power's off, the crystal can be safely ejected from whatever you want to call that. I suppose the power outlet of some kind. Need to come at this door
This tunnel
here.
feels like it's gonna collapse at any moment.
Probably is, my friend. Probably is. But last time I didn't realize to like grab that that crystal until maybe 5 minutes. So it's probably better that I redo it. It's just so shiny though, damn it. Boop. Ah. This reminds me of Zelda. Ah, another Ocarina of Time reference. Just Deku, within the Deku tree. Those little Goma eggs hanging from the ceiling. Yes. He wonders what that is. It looks like a coffin-shaped gate or a cross. It's not a cross though, obviously, but there are 4 points which would create a cross or T-shape. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 2, 4. Yes. I guess it would be a... I guess a sectagon. If I'm wrong, forgive me. I don't remember my prefixes to geometrical shapes.
It looks like something's been removed from it.
Oh, right. Stick that bad boy in there. I'm gonna have to remember that the only way to use the items is by actually taking out your inventory. That's cool though. And this is even cooler, because the Holy Cross is now going to be lit up with holy juice, aka science. See? Whoa! It's the resurrection. Oh god, Jesus is pissed. He has two heads. Actually, I don't even know what that thing is. I do not remember reading of that. That could even be the great Yithians. It doesn't resemble any specific necronomical god. Or Lovecraftian, whichever you prefer. I guess it's 6
It's been
years
more than
after.
6 years since I entered that strange house in Boston. But to me, it was just 5 months ago. Amnesia, the doctors called it. Probably brought on by acute mental stress.
Yeah. Mental stress,
I remember
alright.
investigating the far side of the library. There was screaming. According to the police report, they had searched the house for hours, only to find me later collapsed on the floor. When my eyes opened and I spoke, my colleagues recoiled in fear. There was something unnatural in my voice and blank gaze. They committed me to Arkham Asylum, where I was diagnosed with severe schizophrenia. As it became clear that I presented no danger to either myself or others, I was released from the asylum's care. I have learned little of my activities in the 6 years that followed. The accounts I've been able to piece together show much of my time was spent in travel and study. I maintain a fanatical infatuation with the occult, delving deep into volumes concerning witch cults and dark legends, often in languages unfamiliar to my own. When I reawakened 5 months ago, exactly 6 years after entering that house in Boston, no trace was left of what had been a secondary personality. I was myself again, or at least what I believed myself to be. Return to normal life has been a painful process. In recent days, my dreams have been plagued by cosmic landscapes, and I've become fearful of my own reflection.
Great.
I'm beginning
That
to
does
remember
happen.
things from that day, more than 6 years past, that I've told no one else.
Jack Walters.
Hello, Mr. Walters. My name's Arthur Anderson. I need your help finding a missing person.
I don't take that kind of job.
Did you get my package?
Hold on.
I can only conclude that that whole Arkham Asylum incident was not the same time that he killed himself, because he ain't dead.
What exactly do you want from me, Mr. Anderson?
It's one of my store managers, you see. Brian's his name. Ryan Burnham. Nice lad. He disappeared recently from the First National grocery store in Innsmouth.
Innsmouth? Never heard of it.
Yeah.
It's a small fishing town on the coast, not far from Arkham. I'd like to see you in person before you leave.
Hold on there a minute. I didn't agree to take this... What the hell? I'll be here all day anyway.
So he gave me a train ticket and money for a train ticket. Either that or it should be my pay. My fee. That's how determined he is to hire me. And my guy, excuse me, does not know how to dictate time because he simply says night. February 6th. I have a new client, Mr. Arthur Anderson, the regional manager of the First National grocery store chain. It appears that the First National grocery in Innsmouth was recently burglarized, and its manager, one Brian Bumham, I'm going to call him Bumham, because that is his name. It's either Bumham or Burnham. Looks like an M though. It's Bumham. Is missing. From what I have been able to gather, Bumham is something of a young rogue. A friend of the family, Mr. Anderson, gave him the job as a favor. Bumham is looking like the prime suspect for the robbery, but there are a few things that don't add up. Not to Anderson, not to me. For instance, why would Bumham force an entry into the store when he had a full set of keys, free access to the cash register, and the combination of the back office safe? To misdirect any investigation? If that was his plan, why did he disappear? Well, misdirection of any investigation would be a valid reason, but I'd disappear anyway. If I was him. Following my conversation with Mr. Anderson, I found out what I could about the ancient town of Innsmouth. For generations, the crumbling seaport and its people have been shunned by neighboring communities. Obviously, outsiders are unwelcome there, and there are superstitious tales of a strange element in the town's oldest families. They are of mixed blood, so the stories go. Whatever that's supposed to mean. The usual hick town prejudice, no doubt. After making a brief visit to Innsmouth, my client came away distrustful of the local authorities. Oh, he was there recently, okay. Didn't tell me that. He isn't buying their line that Bumham robbed the place, and wants to know what happened to him. Only one bus goes to Innsmouth, and tomorrow afternoon I'll be on it. It feels good to have a purpose after 5 months trying to break through my amnesia. I also feel a little apprehensive. Maybe it's just the wild stories about the town, or maybe it's just because I haven't had a case in so long. Probably the stories. Yeah, it's nearly isolated from on the landward side, I'd suppose, due to marshes, creeks, and other such places, so not many people come there.
Stop.
Almost there. I'll drop you at the town square at Innsmouth.
Why lock the gates?
Keeps out wanderers looking for work. Don't want no folks like that interfering with our affairs.
Is the bus from Arkham always this empty?
Aye, and we prefers it that way. Not many come to Innsmouth.
But what about trade? Surely the port needs business.
Innsmouth has the means to look after her own.
It's awfully suspicious, but it is a fishing town. It's essentially how they, well, allegedly support themselves.